Alrighty. Hey everybody, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to show you maybe some of the first few things you might do when you get your Wayground account and you're ready to rock. So we'll take you through this hopefully in under 5 minutes or so, but this will give you a good foundation of what you can tackle, what you can try out, and how you can better the educational lives of your students, so to speak. So let's dive in here. The first thing I would do is bring in any classes, and we're going to talk about how you can import your class roster. So right here, I'm going to go into my classes, and you're going to see I have a bunch of different classes here that I use for my demo calls and things like that. But what's great is if you use Google Classroom, I would literally just click Google Classroom, and it's going to automatically link in because it knows my account email is the same as my Google Classroom email, and it's going to surface the classrooms I have. It's even going to tell you if you've already imported them. So literally just with a click, that brings in all my students' rosters. It links those two together. So now I can also push out assignments through Google Classroom. It's awesome, right? If you are not necessarily maybe a Google Classroom fan or you don't use Google Classroom, we also have a variety of other LMSs. So if you have your classes rostered on one of these other LMSs, you can go ahead and link that up and bring all your student data in so that you can push out those assignments to them. Super, super simple. Again, just literal few clicks, and now you have access to all your students, right? So that is the first thing I would recommend doing once you get into Wayground. The next thing you can do in Wayground, though, is go ahead and set the accommodations that your students in those particular classes might have. So we're going to go back to our main screen here. We're going to scroll down to accommodations. Here we go. And you'll notice here's a list of all those different classes I've already imported from my time at Wayground. So for example, let's just go to my demo class 2 here. And here I can choose any of my students. Let's go with Jacob. And okay, Jacob has dyslexia font turned on and font size large. If I say we had his IEP meeting and he worked his way off an IEP with those particular accommodations, I can just delete them. And now he's all set. All right. On the flip side, let's go to Alex's here. And let's say, you know what, we just had her meeting and we are going to make sure all her assessments and lessons now have the ability to have read to on them. So we're going to turn that on. And you know what, maybe we'll give her some extra time. Let's say 10 minutes extra time on each assessment as well. Once I hit save changes, that is it. You are done. That accommodation will now carry through those students, and any assignment, any lesson you push out to them in your class, you do not need to worry about accommodations not being met. And also, if you need to do more than one student at a time, I could also select all if there was one that I wanted to turn on for everybody. Or let's just say Amber, Arthi, and Carrie all have the same accommodations. I could turn them on all at the same time to kind of speed up the process. So that is, again, something else you can do. That would be the second thing I'd probably do once I get into Wayground. All right. After I've done that, I've imported my classes, I've set my accommodations, it's probably a good time now to make some content. So again, we can go into create. We've blown out our instructional suite. We are not just assessments and quizzes. We are also lessons and presentations and reading passages and comprehension passages, interactive video, flashcards, all these different things that you can jump in and make something with. But for the sake of this video, let's just go to our assessments here. So we're going to go into our assessment. And whenever you utilize the assessments piece, you really have 3 different ways you can create something. We kind of call it our bring, borrow, or build, right? So let's dive into what that means. If we import something, we're going to bring in a piece of content we already have. So if you have a really good study guide that you want to turn into a mini quiz, import that in, upload it. The AI can take a crack at it and also build out that assessment for you. And then your teachers can go in and make those changes and kind of put their creative stamp on things, right? If you have a teacher who maybe wants to build something within the platform, they can go in, create from scratch, and you utilize our 20 or so roughly different question types, from more lower level thinking of just a basic multiple choice to maybe something more higher level like a video response or a drawing question or a labeling or hotspot of a diagram. All definitely possibilities that you can tackle. And then lastly, though, for the sake of this, we'll just go with the generative AI. I can go in and give the AI a prompt. So maybe I want to say, make me an assessment on fractions. And then I can put some guardrails on thanks to our partnership with Instructure. So we're going to go math. We'll say, how about 5th grade or so? And we'll use Texas for this. And then I can narrow down to fractions. So let's do adding and subtracting, multiplication, and division. I think that's a good one. We'll use those 4. All right, we'll set it to 10 questions, math 5th grade. We'll hit continue. AI is going to say, okay, let's get cracking. And here we go. So now within about 10 seconds, it's going to build out that assessment for me. You'll see it's generating what standards it's utilizing for each question as well. And then your teachers or you yourself can go in and make those edits as you want. If you don't want them to be multiple choice, we can use this quiz and go in and edit each particular question type to something more higher level. Maybe we want to do an audio response where they explain their thought process. Whatever we like, we have that option. Last thing I would check out when you're getting started with Wayground would be our AI toolkit. So let's take a look at what that looks like here in Wayground AI. But you can do a variety of things. We're going to look at the toolkit here. And if I go in here, I can generate lesson plans. I can give evaluation rubrics. I can translate to one of about 70 to 80 different languages. If you have a huge chunk of text or a worksheet, copy and paste, throw it in there, adjust it to the language you need to for your EL students. You can even adjust the grade level. So if you have students who are struggling at a lower grade level, take that same piece of content, but alter the sentence structure and vocabulary just by pasting in that text and having the AI do its magic. So again, there are tons of really unique and fun and entertaining things that teachers can utilize in this AI toolkit. But there you go. Those are the first few things I would do within Wayground. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for your time.